reinforcements. Stand by. Enemies dropping into the AO. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone. Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. High-priority contract is available. Check your TAC map for objective location. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy movement spotted.
Identity confirmed.
Eyes on the device.
Enemy movement.
Get him! Oh my...
Your squad mates redeploying. Well done. Friendly buy station deployed. Deployable buy stations ready.
Latin Claymore.
Hostile moving.
Friendly mosquito active.
Need mid-cal rounds. Moving to my mark.
Enemy movement.
You're losing ground. Move it. Your squad made it to the safe zone.
Ammo here.
Eyes up. This
Calling in the counter UAV.
Copy. Counter UAV is dropping enemy recon.
Our advanced UAV is online. Hostile mosquito is online.
Setting Claymore.
Enemy on the move.
Taking fire. Can't take much more.
got a loadout drop inbound. Enemy soldier incoming. Counter UAV is bingo fuel. Counter UAV.
Fuck, I jumped onto the wrong number. Fuck.
You're getting another chance. Make it count.
Hostile Guardian is active.
Planting Claymore.
Dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Gas is inbound. All squad members are in the safe zone. Located the rest of them. Good spotted. Dropping into the AO. Marking the rest of that squad on your TAC map. Get hunting. Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. Remain. Solid work so far. Resurgence window is ending. Watch your six. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Enemy soldier incoming.
I know. Because that's where I was going.
Hostile airstrike near your location.
Copy. Longbow 3-1 on approach. Strike inbound. Impact. No hit. Gas is moving. Down. Marking the rest of them. Alright, squad to the safe zone. sale's over. Adjusting prices. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy movement. Be advised, there's an enemy squad gunning for you.
Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
One kill.
Resurgence has been deactivated. This is the end game.
Are you going to loadout, Dad?
Enemies dropping into the AO. Got gas moving in.
It didn't work. Oh, Dad! That was worth the job!
Head to the safe zone.
Friendly airstrike in the AO. Gas is closing in. Advise you head to the safe zone. You got a lot of ground to cover.
In the AO. Knock on my face. I'm good.
The enemy is no longer tracking you. You lost him. You're in the top 10. Keep knocking them out.
Tabang
Gas
na.
is moving. Oh boy, only 5 remain. You were close.
hard, like no others.
Our victory depends on the efforts of the small folk.
The king has promised us somebody.
Did he say when? I decided to send Joffrey to Ward with my cousin, Lady Jane Arryn. Aegon and Viserys will accompany him. I need you to be the mother to them that I cannot. Guard them as a dragon guards her eggs. Do you accept me as your queen and ruler? Or do you cling even now to what you think you lost?
Do you come here after quarreling with your wife?
Does it please you that her legitimacy is contested as you stand here with a castle and a dragon?
Someone of Blackwood of House Blackwood, Your Grace. Once you and your dragon bring the Queen's justice to the brackets, our armies will be yours.
Cole is already preparing his attack.
The two of you have been plotting without my authority.
They don't care what I think.
Do you think simply wearing the crown gives you wisdom? Cole marches on Rook's Rest.
Send me.
No. You must send me, Your Grace.
This was your secret plot, Carl. For the king himself to lay ambush and they have to die in the attempt.
No!
Fight for God! You got it! What is this, Grace? streets of Dragon Mayleaf! Slain at Brook's Rest by your king! To Aegon!
Help me.
Not my word, this is a black omen.
When they realize we won the battle.
Strange victory. If it was one.
Streets of Dragon Mayleaf!
I thought the dragons was gods.
Slain at Brook's Rest by your king!
It's just me.
Is he alive?
His grace remains with us for the moment.
going to die?
I'm afraid I cannot say. And if you'll excuse me, Your Grace, these next hours are most critical. Of course.
Someone will have to rule in his stead.
What happened?
We took the castle. It cost us some 900 men.
So hard.
I left a meagre garrison behind to protect it, and the king was dragon. Sunfire was long in the dying.
The king. Sir Kristen, what befell him?
His Grace fought valiantly.
Named? What was his part in this?
I could not say.
Our largest dragon has been killed. Kristen Cole marches about the Crown Lands unchallenged. Duskendale and Rook's Rest are gone. We still have no ground army but the one we hope that Daemon will raise. He who has left us after some marital spat.
Do you take issue with me, Sir Alfred?
My loyalty to you is proven, my queen.
Your loyalty, perhaps. But your willingness to give me deference in a time of war.
I could never doubt your capability or your quickness of mind. It is merely that the gentler sex, heretofore, has not been much privy to the strategies of battle or their execution.
There has been peace in our lifetime. You've seen no more battles than I have. Send to Maidenpool and to Cracklaw Point. Let them man their garrisons and give them stores or weapons if we find them wanting. If Cole pursues his campaign, our allies must be
We
ready.
must answer Rook's Rest and Duskendale. They are lost already, but Vhagar is depleted after such a hard-fought battle. If Aegon is dead, we will soon know it. It would be a victory in name only. They will soon prop up another A time is ripe. If we can strike King's Landing before that dragon is recovered.
Then I myself must do it.
My queen, you are the crown. It is out of the question.
What would you have me do?
Where are you going?
To Harrenhal. Retreat with the Daemon. Rhaenys' ruler. He must affirm his loyalty to my mother and report his standing.
And you think you will tame him? When the Queen herself could not?
My mother gladly sent you away. To scout, to fight. Whilst I'm here being forced to play the coddled princeling, it's humiliating me.
She only protects you. You're the succession.
And I must be seen to act for her claim and mine. I can sit still no longer. I must act. The Freys. They control the crossing of the Twins. Dragon-Stark's Greybeards are marching south. If his men had a direct route into the Riverlands, we would not have to wait for Daemon to act. I will treat with the Freys to secure it.
She will not like it.
And don't tell her. Not until I'm away.
The hour is late. My dragon is hungry. You have no choice but to submit. Our terms are simple, Lord Bracken. Renounce the false King Aegon as a usurper. Bend the knee to me. Or your house burns.
I would sooner be the Lord of Bones and Cinders than bend my knee before some heathen Blackwood cunt. And his hired dragon.
The Brackens were a people hatched out of the deepest of the seven hells, Your Grace. Be a kindness to oblige them and send them back whence they came.
Did your brother's head keep on its way back to you, Willem? I heard the maggots got to it.
That is quite the impression, Lord Bracken. But alas, not an ask.
We choose fire.
I did not think they would be so eager to die. They made their choice. You should have indulged them. I need them alive. I came here to raise swords, not corpses.
But now you see what my house has known for generations. They are pig-headed, intransigent.
They would rather burn than succumb. Exactly the kind of men I need. It may yet be possible, I think, for both of us to achieve our ends.
We have fought them for an agent more.
Then perhaps you could try less fighting and more persuading.
They are unyielding in battle. But every man has a weakness.
You take my meaning then. There are things the crown itself must not be seen to do. Show them your worst.
I am your servant, Your Grace.
Are you listening? My lady, the Eyrie itself is impregnable. Unless, of course, we're descended upon from the sky.
You promised the Queen Rhaenyra 15,000 swords.
In return for protection.
A dragon.
Then she has exceeded your terms. She sent two. Both still wet from the egg. I have hunting hounds that are more fearsome.
They are dragons nonetheless.
I do not recall you specifying the size of the beast in your request. Will you go with me, child? On your bread and shelter now depend on my pleasure. The dragons will grow. In time. I don't have time. I mislike feeling powerless. So do I. This will be your chamber. I'll expect you at supper this evening. My sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
The way they spoke at my small council today.
Do they hold you responsible for Radius and her dragon?
Well, rather they had. They speak around me, not to me. They would make me queen, but they wish to keep me here, confined.
They betray their own smallness.
In truth, I cannot fault them. I am now the sorcerer, and I cannot do as I please. And war has ever been for men to make.
You are your father's chosen successor.
He did not prepare me to fight. If I had been a son, a sword thrust into my hand the moment I could walk. Instead, I was given my father's cup. Taught the name of every lord and castle between Storm's End and the Twins, but not the difference between hilt and foible. And they know it. And Damon as well.
Shall your evening meal be served here, Your Grace?
Not now.
Will you send to him?
For too long I have looked to him for strength. If I must be supplicant to my own husband, what does that make me? I do not know my part, I'm sorry. The path I walk has never been trod.
Kristen Cole made a mistake. Parading a dragon's head through the streets like a prize of war. But the people see an ill omen.
Yes, as do I.
They are afraid. Bread is scarce. The king has fallen. They whisper to each other that when Viserys lived, there was peace.
Will whispers tear down stone and break shields?
Do not underestimate your subjects. They are 1,000 living in the shadow of the Red Keep and forgotten for too long.
And you think they will turn to me?
To the discontented, rumors are feed. Your Grace, what you cannot do, let others do for you. There is more than one way to fight a war.
Amongst her enemies. Did your grandmother ever tell you of the night she claimed Maelys? She snuck into the dragon pit. She knew that place better than any elder. So she could see in the dark. My father was furious. His own mother's dragon, the fastest beast ever known, and she had none of him, but bent her neck to Rhaenys. She was fierce. In love and in anger. She did not always care for me, but I thought she gave me in the end. I'm grateful. I wish I had known her when she was young. You are very like her in some ways. And with her gone, I must rely on you, I think. Your Grace. Would you give this to your grandson? I do not wish to stand alone. Amen.
Amen. You are always the strong one. The finest swordsman. The fearless dragon rider. Your brother had great love in his heart. But he lacked your constitution. Viserys was unsuited for the crown. But you, Daemon, you were made to wear it. If only you'd been born first. My favorite son.
Is the dove not feel lighting in the grate?
There's also goose, if you prefer.
I like the goose myself.
I'm not hungry.
I was saying, given rather dire news from Brook's Rest, it appears the winds have shifted and each side has suffered great loss and will be unsure of what is to follow.
A good time then for a show of strength. I believe Willem Blackwood is bringing House Bracken to heel. He was ready the castle to receive a great host.
You seem sure of this?
Men made the Knights of Simon, young rivermen. It is a matter of showing them who it behooves them to follow. How does the work here progress?
We're drawing water for the kitchens and lighting the forges.
Very well.
That is merely the beginning, of course. The roof alone has needed tending since the reign of Elise, and the storerooms and the wailing tower. The bats have made the corridors almost impassable with the quantity of
their shit.
I venture there are smiths and armourers to be found near Nutton and Riverbend.
Well, send for them. Levy the farmers from Anthos to Highheart. Task their huntsmen to bring them meat and wood.
There is, of course, a matter of payment. After the tragedy that befell his father, Larys transferred his family's wealth to King's Landing.
Is there any gold left in your coffers?
Enough to keep this small establishment, you see, fed and warm. Relatively. I rather thought your grace, as emissary to the Queen, that perhaps she could provide the necessary coin, if you could only write to her.
No. Harrow is my command. I shall guarantee the payment myself.
Very well, your grace.
You should address me as my king.
But you're the prince.
What would you call the husband of the queen?
Well, the king.
There it is then.
Consul.
The last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
The armor was Valyrian steel, but His Grace suffered grievous burns over much of his body. He has many broken bones. I fear there are more injuries within. Injuries we cannot see.
We are grateful for your works, Prime Minister. Has he woken?
No. I must admit, I'm not sure he will ever wake. I have plied my crafts to their fullest extent. Our king's fate lies with the gods now.
Or does not?
A wise strategy, Your Grace. The Regency will assure the people of the stability of the crown. Did you have a candidate in mind, Your Grace?
I myself served Miss Royal as my husband. I am well prepared to do it again.
You played your part admirably in a time of peace, Your Grace, but circumstances have changed.
And here I had forgotten.
The king does not lack for heirs. The obvious choice is his immediate successor, Prince Aemon.
Agreed.
Aemon is young. And his lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
It is experience that offers the surest path to security. Queen Alicent ably shouldered the duties of her own when her husband's health failed her.
Experience is valuable, yes, but the Dowager Queen is a woman.
I am no stranger to rule or to sitting at this council. Aemon is a fearsome dragon rider. His skill is best employed in the field, but my experience is needed here, at this table.
No offense was meant, Sir Grace, but at a time when we must show strength.
Lord Varys.
I agree, Your Grace, it must be Prince Aemon.
What would you say if in response to Rhaenyra's crowning we raised up a woman of our own?
Return. If the hand speaks with the king's voice, Sir Criston, what say you? Aemon is the next in line. It must be him.
It's agreed, then. What does that stand for?
The banners of House Tully are in disarray, because Prince Daemon has had the fielding an army of anyone besides honor. We would do well to send one of the young to Kelly. It's only a matter of time before the inheritance comes out.
Tell me, Lord Strong, how I can trust the counsel of a man who leaves the jewel of the river has to pluck for our enemies. The brother says to me, Daemon should be in his place. Watch over the rivermen while their banners are in disarray.
I shall send Lord Jason encouragement.
Well,
We might turn our attention to the small fields. They have grown weary of the sea snake's blockade.
so have we all.
We are fleeing the cities, bringing word of their fear and unrest.
Tonight the gates be closed. No one is to leave or enter save without consent. Merchants, so forth. What are your tasks? We shall meet again at First Light. Someone cut down the fucking rat catchers.
The city's safe no longer. There is no food. Our neighbors are stealing from each other. We must get out.
Where would you have us go? North, maybe? South? For all we know, every road leads into the dragon's teeth.
Like the one they carted through the streets. You think Rhaenyra will let such an affront go unchallenged? We should make for Templeton. My brother will have room.
You would have me turn beggar.
Are we not beggars already? Have you been paid for those missions with to do?
The king has promised payment.
King has lied. By all means, stay and wait for his empty promises, husband. With them you can feed the mouths of ghosts.
cheerfully to the Prince Regent's commands?
Aemond is the next in line. It is the order of things.
We know what he is. What he's somehow become. Has your loyalty faded, or does it flourish only at night and follow the sunrise like a moth?
What I saw at Rook's Rest.
What? What did you see?
Their armor melted. There were men walking, they were on fire. We are giving the work of the dragons. The Dragon Rider should lead us.
And what of justice? Of temperance, or is strength now to be our only god? So you cast me aside.
Have I not spared you? What we must do now is terrible. Will you preside over it? Is this who you are, Alison?
Do not ask me, Dad. I did not give you leave to speak my name. Does he mean the king?
I don't know.
You cannot keep it there! To return to your home! I want
Our Lord's Robert Tully is not declared for Rhaenyra.
No.
Means death to bear steel against your liege. I'm sure my prince is aware.
No.
And against your queen? Jason Lannister is marshalling to the west. We need to check him before he reaches River Run. That requires passage. And if Stark's army is too slow, the wind's rising, winter's nigh upon us.
Our hesitance does not lie in Rhaenyra as queen, nor in the ruminations of Lord Tully, the oaf. Our fear lies in Vhagar.
You fear a dragon, leagues away, when mine own sits outside your walls.
Do you offer us your protection?
I do. And the protection of my uncle.
And Daemon, I'm sure, has consented to this?
He will do as his queen commands.
It does lend us some comfort. Though it occurs to me that dragons cannot be in two places at once.
Or three. What do you want?
Larys Strong has been relieved of his castle. Does the Queen intend to raise up a new lord?
You want Harrow? The land. My mother wanted more than your crossing.
What does her grace desire?
End.
learn to wield a sword, but not so much an axe.
There are others who would sit idle and wait for their claims to be brought. That is not my way.
Splitting fire would justify what's fallen to here.
Let it not be said that Daemon Targaryen fell to 13 hands in this war.
Oh, let me see them. Sit. Sit. I hear strange things from Brackenland, and Stonehenge, and Lambswold, and Moray.
There's news there.
News? No. What I hear in the wind. Cry the vanquished. Children being taken from their mothers, men coming home to find their doors unlatched, their wives carried away.
War is a terrible thing.
This is not war. These are crimes against the innocent that any upright man would repudiate.
Surely you had mistaken me for an Islander. The Blackens had their chance to do as I required. They will perhaps think better of their decision if their children's lives are staked on it.
Is that the kind of army you would raise? And you hate you? You serve you under duress?
Or once they would just serve me or treat them fairly. Set an example for the rest of the Riverlands to follow.
And once again, in the name of power, it's the weak and the women who must endure.
That fool Aegon is unlike to survive. The realm will suffer if Aemon One-Eye rules. You should pray you never meets him. He will cut you down as soon as wish you good day.
I heard the same thing about you. But I'll cross you no further. I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
She cannot succeed, Alice. Even if I willed it to be so, the people who support her will not be led by her. They look to a man for strength. Who's better suited to it? The High Towers with their scheming, or Viserys' first true heir? When I take King's Landing, Rhaenyra is welcome to join me there and take her place by my side. King and Queen, ruling together.
And if you lose?
Then I'll be dead, and none of this will be my problem.
It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
A message. Stonehenge, the Blackwoods have overwhelmed the Brackens, and Lord Amos has pledged his banner to you. House Bracken is yours.
Call Sir Willem here so that I might congratulate him. The Blackwoods will be feted in these halls.
I thought you at high tide. I was surprised when they said you were here.
My castle is a tomb. Empty. Haunted.
I'm sad to have missed its highest days. I imagine the Hall of Nine filled with lords and kings, all eager to treat with the legendary Lord of the Tides. The wealth you brought back from the ET and the shy, inspiring awe and envy. I wonder if any of them knew it was all for her. Queen Rhaenyra wishes to name you hand.
Even the death of my wife does not content her. And she not asked enough of my house.
It is a sign of her great esteem.
Or does she think the position will compensate me for my loss?
Pledge your peace to King's Landing now. They will accept it most gleefully.
Rather I would sail into the west than lost.
You have done so before, at great cost to yourself and those who loved you. Rhaenys was not only your wife, not a thing to be taken from you.
She was a Targaryen princess. The queen who never was, and she flew to Rooksrest of her own will, in defense of her king.
And she died.
She died as she would have wished to die, with honor, in Dragonfire, the way my mother chose, and the way I myself wish to meet my own. I grieve my grandmother who loved me, but I carry her on with me. I will see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne as Rhaenys wished, as Rhaenys herself should have. You yourself may do as you see fit.
Granddaughter. I would make you my heir.
I am blood and fire. Drift not as past of salt and sea.
Your Grace.
You were correct in saying our best hope of an army is with Daemon. And I have perhaps erred in waiting for him to prove himself. I wish you to go to Harrenhal.
Are you removing me from your council?
Sir Alfred, I will not deny that you have tried my patience of late, or that I would prefer a council more inclined to champion their queen, but you and your house served my father well, and I know that you will never accept the Hightower claim.
Not while I live, Your Grace.
We cannot challenge King's Landing without the Lords, but I will not send a message by Raven for Dane to disregard. I ask you to reason with him.
You know, sometimes talking is just
Find out his state of mind
amazing.
and his intentions.
Intentions?
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
He would not dare.
You know Dane to lack in daring. Go now with haste. I'll send good men to see to your safety.
Have you any message?
Give me a paper towel over there.
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
Your Grace.
Thank you.
Your Grace.
What is it, Sir Simon? The pudding now served.
The River Lords have come, Your Grace. They wish an audience.
Now? What got us out of it?
The wolf. They are demanding to speak presently.
Begin here with a lesson in etiquette. failing that in proper fear of your Targaryen master. Is there some reason you feel free to wake a king in his bed? Or shall I now begin your education?
House Bracken have been brought to heel at the hands of the Blackwood.
That news is stale.
There have been complications.
The sacred steps on Bracken lands were looted and
As were the
burned.
fields and farms. The livestock was stolen, and our peasants put to the
They
sword.
pursued the women and the children. There were works of barbarity.
Punishing Bracken for his own treasons is one thing, aye. But these other acts...
The Brackens were given their chance. They would not see
The
reason.
Blackwoods have exploited the war for the crown to visit atrocities upon their old rivals. Share of their quarrels, and I tell you there is no honor in a fight such as
Honor!
this.
What of common decency?
These beasts proudly carried the banner of House Targaryen. Red dragon on black.
A terrible war has been fought in this land. Have you looked after our girls?
We should have expected nothing more from a man who ordered the slaughter of a child in his mother's arms.
That is a lie, and I will have the man who told it brought before me.
Well, your man is half the kingdom, my prince.
Know this, interloper. The Riverlands are an ancient place, watched closely by the eyes of old gods and new. And Dragon or no, we shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
I have no rent. The lady was Saria.
I thought she was dead.
She died without connecting her to you. I've lost seeing an old friend.
Most people want out these days.
to Ceres, Your Grace.
Lusenia.
Vhagar's first rider. And the first wielder of Dark Sister.
I hope you do not mean to use her as an example.
Why shouldn't I?
Well, it was a long time ago.
What is the mood at the Twins? Did his lordship quibble?
He wishes for the phrase to be granted Harrenhal. At war's end, assuming.
No.
I'm proud of you, Jace.
Yeah.
You've done our cause a great service.
Hey.
Then why do you look angry?
You chafed at being prevented from action. Imagine my lord, I'm a dragon rider as well, with a war being fought over my ascension. And yet I must wait here. Always prudent, sending others to fight and be felled in my name. Even you've managed to do your part.
You are the queen. The tie that binds us. No harm can come
And
to
you're
you.
my son, and I did not give you leave to go.
You do not give me leave to go to anything. But who else is there? Rhaenys is dead and Vader cannot bear the burden alone.
And when Aemond comes hunting for you, your dragon is young. Will you fly before Vhagar is looted?
Perhaps Daemon could.
Daemon is not here.
Hey, sit down.
And Aemond now rules in King's Landing.
Is Aegon dead?
Dead or alive, we have no answer for Vhagar. Aemond will not wait long to press his advantage, and then what?
No.
I have done all I can from here, sent my messages, invoked my alliances. But if all else fails, it is I who must fight. Vhagar is big, but Syrax is quicker.
So was Meleys.
Meleys fought 2 dragons and one of them is slain. Shall I fight for my birthright, or shall I wait here until we are all destroyed? I need dragons.
We have no dearth of dragons. We have 2 large enough to stand against Vhagar. They are called Vermithor and Silverwing. And they sleep just beneath our feet.
Yes, and if only they had riders, none could stand against me. I would go forth in strength, though not from necessity.
There is Rhaena.
Who nearly lost her life in her last attempt. I would not risk it again.
There are those of our line who never ruled. Those who married into other noble houses. Their children born with other names.
A generation ago, or more. The blood will be thin.
And yet,
the dragon will only accept a dragon lord to write it. Also say the histories.
Valyrian histories. Written to gild us in glory.
Are you suggesting we put a Malastron on a dragon? Vitali.
It's better than death and defeat.
There are records here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
There could be scores of them.
It's a mad sword.
also be prepared to die. Perhaps the gods will favor us.
If Daemon prevails in the Riverlands, I no longer have the numbers to challenge him. My uncle is a challenge I welcome, if he dares face me.
You have the arrogance of youth. As the indignities of your childhood not yet sufficiently been avenged. The senior ruler and the symbols of authority, the shield and the sword.
You will still never match the strength of the Green Arms. You need Daemon.
I must now proceed as if I stand alone. It is my fault that you have forgotten to fear me.
Get ready with me and my dragon. Feed it and train it every day. Customize its horns for a fierce look. Add some color. Look at those eyes. Ready for battle. Visit Game of Thrones Conquest to start your journey.
It is very much everybody vying for power, but also it's very much about that happening through grief.
Much of episode 5 revolves around how Rhaenys' death is resonating across all of the different characters, and no one as much as it lands with her husband, Corlys. This poor guy, over the course of these 2 seasons, has slowly had every human connection stripped away from him one by one.
He is sitting in the Hall of Nine, but it means nothing to him anymore, because she's gone. And all of this stuff, who cares?
Steve is an incredible actor. He has such deep soul to all of his performances. I had no clue that he was going to have this tear, like this silent tear roll down his face. It was incredibly moving to see it.
Our largest dragon has been killed. Duskendale and Rook's Rest are gone.
I think everybody's reeling. I mean, Rhaenyra not the least of which. And you hear a lot of this backfighting and bickering going on at the table because everybody is under a tremendous amount of stress. They don't know how to react. But Rhaenyra finds herself at sea. I mean, that was her last great female advisor.
And that's also when Rhaenyra sees this huge power vacuum and knows she's got to do something.
Queen Rhaenyra wishes to name you Hand.
Even the death of my wife does not content her.
She's playing the role of the great politician here. The next best thing next to having Daemon back is one of the most respected men in Westeros, and that's the Sea Snake. And she doesn't exploit Rhaenys' death to do it. She knows that the man is there looking for purpose, probably looking for a bit of vengeance, and she probably takes advantage of that in the moment to try to get him back on side.
The path I walk has never been trod.
What you cannot do, let others do for you. There is more than one way to fight a war.
I think Mysaria's power increases in Rhaenys' absence because I think Rhaenyra is desperate in looking for that sympathetic female voice in her life. Mysaria is offering another way, which is, I understand the will